Getting the Tobii 5 to work with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 just got a lot easier. Let's start with a quick pre-flight checklist. First, install the Tobii tracker on your screen using the magnetic mount. It tracks perfectly even on my 40-inch monitor, by the way. Curved monitors usually aren't a problem either. Then, download and install Tobii Experience from the Tobii website. All links are down there in the description. Now, enable Tobii Experience from the system tray to activate the tracker. Calibrate the hardware, and that's it. Just takes a few minutes. If you want a full review and installation guide, check out the separate video I've made. You'll also need the latest version of Tobii Game Hub. Make sure it's up to date, the rest of this guide won't work otherwise. Also, double check that OpenTrack is not installed, because it conflicts with FS 2024 and the Tobii software. There's a portable version of OpenTrack though that shouldn't interfere with Tobii since it doesn't write anything to the registry. You can keep it around for games that don't support Tobii, like IL-2 Sturmovik. That's all we need to do. Now let's fire up the game. Flight Simulator 2024 automatically detects your Tobii tracker. And if you start a flight right now, basic, though non-optimized head and eye tracking should already be active. If not, check if the tracker is running and the LEDs are lit, or whether OpenTrack is interfering in the background. Now, if you're wondering what this strange bubble is, that's a feature called Tobii Ghost, which shows you where I'm currently looking. You can toggle it on and off, of course. But most importantly, the stock settings aren't tailored to your specific needs, so we need to tune them a little bit. We'll also set up a few keybinds for better comfort. Go to Settings, then to Controls. In the device list, find your Tobii tracker. Click on it, then create a new profile to avoid potential XML errors. Assign this profile to all aircraft and set it as default. Next, go to the keyboard section and search for Reset. Bind a key to Eye Tracking Reset. Then bind the same key to Reset Cockpit View. That way, every time you reset a tracker, your cockpit view recenters as well. Then search for Tracking and bind a key to toggle head tracking. This lets you freeze the view in place when needed, handy if you're checking another monitor, for example. Now, let's fine-tune the tracking. Earlier this year, you had to mess around with XML files outside the game because the in-game Tobii section under Hardware Settings just showed and still shows a bunch of mysterious axes with no actual options. Thankfully, that's no longer necessary. Open Game Hub, navigate to Games, and select Flight Simulator 2024. This is where all the settings you need are located. Just make sure you've selected the custom profile you created earlier, or nothing will happen as you adjust the sliders. From top to bottom, eye versus head tracking ratio. This setting controls how much your eye movement affects the camera. At 0%, eye movement is as pronounced as head movement. At 100%, it's completely disabled. Most people are happy somewhere around 85 to 90%. That gives you subtle viewport movement when glancing around, useful for checking gauges or monitors without having to move your head. And keep in mind, you can just type in exact numbers instead of using the sliders. Eye tracking responsiveness. This determines how fast the view reacts to your eye movement. Simple as that. If the camera moves too fast or feels jittery, tone it down a bit. Pitch and yaw sensitivity. This controls how much your view rotates when you turn or tilt your head. The higher the setting, the less physical movement is needed. If you set it above 100, even small real-life movements will swing the view dramatically. By the way, the tracker also works fine with glasses and doesn't care about ambient lighting, in case you didn't know. Center stabilization. This filters out small unintentional movements of your head and eyes to keep the camera from jittering. It's basically a smoothing filter. But be warned, it's very aggressive by default. Even at moderate settings, it can make your view feel laggy or unresponsive. If head tracking feels like it's fighting you, this is likely the culprit. Turn it down then. Roll sensitivity. Same idea as pitch and yaw, but for when you tilt your head sideways, like leaning your ear toward your shoulder. The higher the value, the more the camera rolls when you do that. Head position sensitivity. This controls how much the camera shifts when you physically lean forward, backward, left or right. This means you don't rotate, but actually move in space. So if you lean toward the screen, the in-game camera moves closer to the panel. It's translational rather than rotational movement. Higher values make it more sensitive. And last but not least, hit auto center. This one slowly pulls your view back to center if you stay turned or leaned for too long. That's not something you usually want in a flight sim. Most people just turn it off. After making adjustments, just restart the flight for the changes to take effect. That's all you need, even in the Game Pass version. Earlier this year, if you weren't on Steam, you had to restart the entire sim every time, which was a horrible chore. Thankfully, that's fixed. Right now, Tobii is offering 15% off the tracker as part of their summer sale. You can also join the sweepstakes for a chance to win a Tobii 5 for free. Just follow the link in the description, collect points and climb the leaderboard. The higher you place, the better your chances. You'll find the settings I use in the description, along with some helpful links and discount codes. If you're looking for a proper flight gear roundup, check out this video right here. Thanks for stopping by, fly safe, and see you in the next one.